Hello, Namaste. My name is Sudipta, and today my video would be completely in English. And if you want that I should make a video on the same topic in the language Hindi, then please comment below. I will make another video with the same topic completely in Hindi language, as usually my videos are in Hindi. But today, for a change, I am shooting this video especially for the people uh, who understand only English. So let's straight away jump to today's topic. So, as I say, all my topics are dedicated to change your mindset so that you can create a better life. So, let's know what's the topic for today. Today's topic is your past traumas don't justify your evil behavior. I repeat, your past traumas don't justify your evil behavior. So, what do I want to convey with this topic is that we all must have heard some point in our life that villain and hero has the same backstory where they are underprivileged, they have a tough time growing up, they have a lot of crisis in their life, people being unfair to them, life being unfair to them. But the only thing which makes a hero different from a villain is their choice of how to use their past traumas in the present. The villain chooses to take revenge by venting out the same anger, frustration, and taking advantages of others, like was done to him, and feels gratified with it. Whereas a hero chooses to be kind, considerate, and ensures that others don't have to go through the same unfair and same atrocities which was imposed on him in the past. So by saying this, I made myself very clear that whatever you have gone through in your past, how much bad it was, how much unfair it was, how much exploitive and suppressing suppressive it was, it doesn't allows you, or it shouldn't be an excuse that you become the same troublemaker or a problem creator in others' life. Now, the reason to bring this topic today was because in as I was growing up during my childhood till today, I have heard many people, like elderly people, saying that they had a very troubled childhood and they had very uh, deep rooted childhood traumas where people were unfair to them, where their parents were negligent of them, ignorant, or were irresponsible towards them. But what witnessed as uh, as someone who was even listening to these people, as well as carefully watching their actions, though they had a difficult childhood or difficult past, they actually ended up doing the same thing to their children. And I couldn't understand for many years that why would these people who would very uh, profoundly express their grief and their pain again and again, it's not like they would say it, I mean, narrate that painful story of their past once or twice. No matter how many times you talk to them, the only thing they would talk about is how difficult their childhood or their past was, or how bad their parents were to them, or how um, difficult it was for them to grow up and make a living and stand where they are today. And it surprised me that when you have gone through all that pain, all that discomfort, all that humiliation, and all that feeling of being left out or not being cared for, how can you do the same to your children? And I have seen these traits as a generational trauma being carried on. And these are the people whom you would today term as narcissistic. Like, when I was growing up, I used to be confused. Like when they would narrate these painful stories of their past again and again, the same story, how difficult it was, how painful it was, how unfair uh, life was to them, and they felt like a victim, almost ready to weep and sob. And there was the other side, a very ugly side to these people who would not hesitate to portray the same villain like character to their own children or people succeeding them, someone who is like below their age or someone who's younger to them. They had the same bitterness and harshness towards them, even though they knew that that person with whom they are frustrated with or whom they are venting out their frustration on from their past has nothing to do with all that they have gone through in the past. Like, how can you do that? On at one point, you are victimizing yourself and you are feeling absolutely terrified and sorrowful, and you feel like deep pain with whatever you went through. And on the other hand, you are doing the same. I mean, you are a part of the same act of cruelty by doing the same thing to your own kids. How is that even fair? So the topic, as I said, is that your past traumas don't justify your evil behavior. Because, see, any sensible person, everybody, any sensible person, I would like to first finish this thing, would not ever, ever, ever do anything nasty to anybody else which put them through a series of pain and traumas for many years, so much so that even they are narrating the same problem and the same story to their grandchildren. And why are you then doing the same thing? How do you get that much of that much of audacity and that much of, you know, insanity in you that you would do the same act of cruelty to someone else? I mean, that's absolutely insanity to me if somebody does that. These people are very, very dangerous people in the society, and you are only good to these kind of people till the time you provide them that attention, that become that patient listener to their victim story. The moment you would try to give them solutions or try to show them the reality that it's the present time, past is gone, and you can do many things better today, or you can change your perspective today, or you can shift your focus to something which would eventually dissolve that painful past, because now you would be more involved in doing something more productive in your life, which would add more good memories to your life. They would just get pissed off. They would make you feel as if you have been very disrespectful to these people by not paying them the respect, by agreeing to their painful story every time they narrate it to you the same manner. Because the main reason behind it is that they want to just continue to be that victim. They don't want to really change that victim story, because that's their ticket, or that's their, I don't know how to say it, that's kind of a goodwill to them, so that they can grab the attention of people, because the only thing people, accompany them or give them that importance or put them on the pedestals because of their victim story. And if they would change it, how will they get that attention, that importance, that, I don't know how to put this in with the right words. Like, I have that feeling, but I'm not able to get the right words. That medal of being a, survivor of a traumatizing past. So the only thing which I want to convey here is that if you are human, you are bound to be given challenges, no matter on which date or time of family you are born, which race you are born, which culture or religion you are born, which gender you are born. You're bound to have some set of challenges in this lifetime, because that is why you are in this mortal world. Even the tiniest of the creatures have their own problems, and they live through those problems and die one day. Like, look at the life of an ant, look at the life of a mosquito, or some kind of a crawling, any crawling insect or a animal. They can't even express their pain, and they have the same mundane life of searching for food, fighting for the survival, protecting them from their prey, and living life every day with fear and with uncertainty. So how can you imagine that being a human when you have been given brain, logical thinking, emotional intelligence, spiritual intelligence, the ability to speak, the ability to walk on two legs and hands to do work which other creatures are not blessed with, that you are not going to have any challenges in your life. Everybody is having some damn challenges, but not everybody is lauding their challenges of the past every passing year to every new member they meet in their lifetime, whether it's their children, their grandchildren, or the great grandchildren, and just glorifying how big a victim they were. Because you see, even the most successful person on this planet has something which they feel that they have life has been unfair to them on that one aspect, but doesn't mean that they became rude, or they became of a problematic personality, venting out their frustrations on others, or making a big deal about what they have gone through. It should be compensated by troubling other people. For instance, people say that people who don't get married after a certain age, they become like eccentric and, you know very rude, or they don't have those empathetic feeling for people or emotional intelligence, because they didn't got that family care and affection themselves. But it's not true for everyone. Like, if you see many people, for example, Ratan Tata is not married, and he has been so considerate about how can he add value and how can he serve people in the society. He is not getting bitter about it. He could have become a very, very uh, you know a dictator kind of bitter head of his company, who would, you know who would treat his employees or people working below him with the intention in exploitative manners, where he would just care to get big profits out of those employees and make them work like cattle. And I'm not saying that people in his company might not be unhappy. Of course, somebody is there who would be unhappy, any place. But he gives a lot of facilities to his employees in his company, which is not available to many other companies. So, and it's not about companies. The cancer hospital he opened for people, because he had lost his two parents because of cancer, and he had that feeling in him that nobody else should face or go through the same loss, and should get that early prevention care and healthcare facility for such a fatal disease. Same goes with many other, like APJ Abdul Kalam. He had a very difficult, past as a child, because he didn't have the best of the facilities, but he became the best he could in his lifetime, and he never, in any of his speeches, he never lauded the fact that how difficult his past was. He was always talking about the bright future and how you should envision your life for the coming years, and how you should dream big, and how you should have faith in your abilities. And whenever he would give a speech, he would be so benevolent, courteous, and polite. You cannot make any any instance where he would be like too proud or rude. Oh, I had a very difficult past, so whatever I am today is because I have worked so hard, or something. You get that kind of a feeling or an attitude by the stance, or by the manners and the way of speaking of a person. You would get that from a very narcissistic or a very evil natured person who tries to weigh others down with his or her, you know that feeling of superiority, that because I have been through such a difficult time in the past, it's you all that are supposed to compensate for all those past troubles and traumas by obeying and by uh, surrendering yourself, or by being accustomed to my atrocities and my rude behavior or my exploitative nature. So that's what I'm saying is a difference. It's a choice. It's a choice. Whatever you have been in the past, either you choose that you would not let it happen with anybody else because you know the pain, or you would choose that I would do the same to the others, so that when I see them in pain, I feel gratified, or my uh, that void in me can be felt somewhat compensated by the fear and the pain and the suppression in the eyes of the others to whom I am now imposing my own evil tools of like making them feel troubled each day or every moment of their life. So I hope you got the point very clear, that it's always a choice. Nobody's life on this earth has been a cakewalk whatsoever. You go to astrologers, you go to some uh, you know some learned personalities, some coach or some guru or some sadhu. Nobody will ever say that anybody is born with a life without any problem. Everybody has, even people in the royal families have been given with their share of challenges in some form or the other. Maybe a troublesome parents, or maybe strict or illogical norms of their society, or something to do with their rigid family environment and their choice of profession, or this or that, everything. Like you can see in the British royal family, the younger prince, that is the Prince Harry, he had to move out of that whole royal uh, family thing to marry the person, I mean the girl he loved, and he is no longer associated to that family. How could that happen? It happens. It's like you can't say that somebody's life is always going to be easy or has always been easy, but it's your choice to be benevolent to others. It's your choice to not impose your insanity and eccentric behavior on others and justify it with your past pains and traumas, that because I was in so much of pain, now it is justified for everybody else to go through the same pain which I have been gone through or put through past so many years, because then you are more evil than what people were to you in your past, because you have kind of absorbed that evilness in you as you were put through that problematic situations or challenges in your life, and you are now walking, talking, toxic, poisonous soul, radiating that toxicity wherever you're going. You will find these kind of people who are always depressed, always in that unpredictable behavior, where one moment they would be very happy and very open to talk to you, and one moment they would just be closed off and make a wear a frown on their face and just make you feel as if you are the person responsible for their negative feelings or anything, these people are really poisonous in the society, in your family, in any organization, because all they want is that you should act like a puppet responding to their moods and behavior, which is absolutely unjustifiable, because nobody is your slave. Everybody has their own life to focus on, and everybody wants to be around with happy and joyful people. Nobody is there born with an uh, infinite reservoir of positive energy that is going to sit with a toxic person who is feeling all the time moody and low, and uh, you know those sudden shifts in their behavior, and they will come and feed them with their own positive energy. Like, who has that much of energy? Everybody on this planet wants to remain happy, and relations, no matter personal, professional, whatever kind of relationship, they only work when you have an equal give and take or exchange of energy. You just can't be a parasite consuming to others energy and not giving the same. And you cannot be like selfish, self-obsessed, that only my mood and emotions matter, all the other people's are just there to serve and modify their behavior according to my emotion and according to my mood, which is absolutely uh, unjustifiable and unacceptable in the society. And these kind of people you will find everywhere, in your family, in your close relations, in your distant relations, in your neighborhood, in your office, and they would be the one who are the troublemakers in the society, radiating or spreading the cloud of depression. Because, to be very honest, every person every person who wants to grow, who wants a better life for himself or herself, would strive for the best. And in that process of striving for the best, everybody at some point in their life would go through that depression. Everybody. Only those people who are least bothered about what better they can do or what better they want to achieve in life, they would be never depressed, because they are happy wherever they are. They would live their life in that mundane routine manner, and they would die one day. It doesn't matter to those people. They would be always smiling, always laughing on petty things. They would be happy to fight every day for small things, and then eat their food, go to bed again, get up in the morning again, go for work again, follow the same routine, same things, have some liquor or alcohol. And these people, they also coexist in the society, and they will never have any kind of like depression or anxiety. So when we know it is a part of every person's life who strives to evolve to become a better person, what makes you so like like what makes you that distinguished survivor or a sacrificer, that who is who is entitled to impose his or her evil acts of exploitations on others? Nobody is privileged or entitled to do that to others, because everybody is going through the same process of hit and trial, of starting it all over again, of failing again and again till they actually reach their share of success. So, just saying that because my past was traumatic, so I can be that evil person in the society who can dictate or who can be evil to other people is not justified, friends. And with that, I would finish off today's topic, and I hope you got the point that now onwards, if you hear anybody around you who, or I mean, you come in contact or in, someone who is habituated to narrate the same old, stale victim story of theirs again and again and again and again, and the moment you share them some solid solutions to change it, and they would lose their temper, they'll piss off and they'll say nasty things to you, like, you'll know when you'll go through the same pain and then you'll get to know it. So it's very clear, you need to cut cords with from those kind of people, otherwise you will be finished off. Your time, your energy, everything would be destroyed. It would be wasted if you invest in these kinds of people who have made it a point that if I'm a victim, everybody around me should be a victim. And with that, I'm just finishing this topic today, and I hope you like the video. Please like this video. Comment below what are your views about this topic and how have you dealt with these kind of people and what are your experiences. Share it with those people who are dealing with these kinds of troublemakers in the society so that they get a clear insight to what they are actually being put through, and they can come out of that negative spiral, which they don't even know or realize how somebody else's problems have started to impact their own life, where they were actually going the right track, but suddenly because they were catering or letting these traumatic victims to feed on their positive energy, they have somehow ended up being a victim themselves. So this will help them to come out of this problem and subscribe to Happy Heart 1111 and hit the bell icon to get the notification of all my new videos so that you can change your mindset in order to create a better life for yourself. And I take leave from all of you today now and see you in my next topic. Thank you.